for the NBA. Live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Timberwolves. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, there's the Pelicans. They're back in the 8th position.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. The two towering figures inside for them, Towns and Gobert. Then it's Conley. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2 guard. And for the Pelicans, in the backcourt, it's McCollum and Jones. Ingram at the 3 with Williamson playing the 4. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. When you talk about rebounding the basketball, Greg, both of these teams demonstrate an edge in this department.
Yeah, both teams pound the boards. It's clear these coaching staffs push for their guys to attack the glass. So this one's going to be physical.
Good on the bucket.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
Here is Edwards. Over Ingram. And a beautiful finish by Edwards.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Passes it to Ingram. Feed away. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Brandon Ingram, very confident in his mid-range, Jay. He knows he can shoot from just about anywhere and get his shot whenever he wants to.
Now here's Edwards. And he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
Edwards against Ingram. Pass to Valanciunas. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
No holding Valanciunas back there. He gets physical and gets through the contact.
Conley, the pass to Towns. Back to Conley. Pocket 4. Gobert with it. Now defended by McCollum. Conley with the 3. Pelicans pull it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
You know, what you love about Mike Conley, he's a leader by example.
The epitome of a terrific point guard and teammate. True professional in every sense of the word, on and off the floor. He plays and he teaches and mentors. I could see him, if he desired, being a really good head coach someday.
For New Orleans, they've gone 4-4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Jones kicks to Valanciunas. Oh, trying for it. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Let's see the stat sheet here for Karl Anthony Towns.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Hawkins checked in for Jones. McCollum against Conley. Fires from deep. Good on the three-point shot.
And this pumps the whole team up. Conley's shooting ability brings energy and excitement.
Here's the pass to Ingram. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Edwards, that's good.
Edwards loves those long-range bombs. He's a confident shooter.
McCollum against Conley. Valanciunas sets a screen for McCollum. Over Conley, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Incredibly for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Clark, the 2004 playoffs are the only time they've won a series.
You know, Kevin, with Kevin Garnett, they had a few 50-win teams and some excellent coaches. That just tells you, I think, how hard it is to win in this league.
Now here's Ingram. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. Drains the three-pointer.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. It felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
So for the Pelicans, Cody Zeller's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and Trey Murphy subbed in for Zion Williamson. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Edwards. Troy Brown's checked in for Alexander Walker. And it's Shake Milton in for Mike Conley. Now Milton. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Anderson passes to Reed. Doubled by McCollum. Clock at 2. Here's Milton. That one's in, his first shot this game. Pelicans leading by 4. Ingram left side. Lets it go from deep. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Reed kicks to Anderson. And it's McCollum at the elbow. Here's the 3, and another 3 for New Orleans.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
And good that time.
Taking the contact and scoring. Towns not to be denied of the bucket there.
C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the New Orleans Pelicans. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Right back after this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Pelicans.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Hey, Special K, in your playing days, you were such a strong defender. Who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Hey, I appreciate the love, partner, but strong defender attached to my name back in the day would not mix well, if we're talking truth. But I will tell you, the hardest guy I had to deal with was Bernard King. He gave me fits. He was relentless in his pursuit of the pumpkin. They ran a bunch of stuff for him when he was playing for the Knicks, and that dude could put it in the basket.
Cullen is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Cody Zeller. Then there's Trey Murphy. And it's Marshall in at the four-man position. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. The Pelicans have a lot of weapons offensively, but there seem to be enough touches to go around. Coach Willie Green said there's a trust factor. All those guys, they go out and trust each other. It might be one guy's night in this game, and it might be someone else in the next game. They always just want to make the right play. Kevin?
Yep. Thanks, D.A. Good stuff.
Bang, bang play right there, and Zeller, as always, showing good agility on that move.
Hawkins against Edwards. To the paint. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Lets it go with the three. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
Now here's Reed. Still without a basket. Buries it from about 10 feet away. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They host the Spurs after this one. That game will conclude a three-game homestand. Zeller setting the pick for Jones. And there's Zeller, and that's good on the assist by Jones. Zeller's got the lead up to 12 now for New Orleans. Milton looking around. To the middle. Here's Anderson. And he banks in the layup. Anderson's got his first bucket of the night.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. New Orleans making some changes here. Williamson is checked in for Zeller. Najee Marshall comes in for Trey Murphy. And it's Ingram in for Hawkins. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Towns comes in for Kyle Anderson. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Troy Brown. And it's Mike Conley in for Shake Milton. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Marshall deciding where to go with it. Pass to Williamson. McCollum with the ball. Conley picks him up. Passes to Jones. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Ingram from the arc.
Love the way Gobert goes after shots. He blocks quite a few and alters many more.
Towns dishes to Conley. Back to Towns. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And Ingram with the basket on the assist by McCollum. And it's 9 points for Brandon Ingram. Timberwolves trail by 12. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Conley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Down low, here's Edwards. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Edwards got 5 points now in the quarter.
Composed and cool effort from Edwards inside. Not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot. Taking what's available.
Here's McCollum. Gobert with the block. Outside Edwards. Conley the pass to Gobert. 52 seconds left in the first half. It's Edwards on the wing. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists tonight.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Now here's Ingram. He's got 9. The dish to McCollum. There's 31 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Pelicans shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
The first free throw is good, and the Pelicans making a change here. Valanciunas has checked in. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Minnesota. And so McCollum nails both of them. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. They trail by 9 points. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Towns. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
That's just a difficult assignment. I mean, having to guard Towns in that area, he's always going to find a way to get his shot off cleanly.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Now the pass to Ingram. 3 seconds left. That's in. Coming off the assist from McCollum. McCollum's got 6 assists here tonight. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Jonas, you guys got off to a strong start. How important was it to set the tone early?
You know, we came out with a different energy. We said it's enough to struggle from the start. You know, we got to focus and play good starts.
That is where it all starts. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
Taking a look here now at New Orleans, they've looked okay early on, but it's going to take a lot of work to get this team to the next tier. Plenty of competition ahead of them and not much room for error.
And now let's talk about this one. Man, what a great start for the Pelicans.
They have outworked and outperformed their opponents so far. Didn't come in as the favorites, but they might be the favorites now.
Classic underdog story, but they still need to write the ending.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Towns and Gobert hold down the post for him. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Conley, and it's Alexander Walker in at the shooting guard position.
Nice vision that time from Towns. And, you know, he's got that skill set.
Cullen passes to Ingram. Crafty move. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Edwards.
Clark, when you think of top rebounders today, Rudy Gobert is a name that comes to mind.
Yeah, he's super long and tall, but that's not just why he's such a dominant rebounder. He's got a real good knack for reading where balls are coming off, and the timing that he has is pretty impeccable too. And even though he's north of 7 feet tall, he does a good job boxing out as well.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Thank you, Kevin. Brandon Ingram's work ethic has made him an all-star. He was in the Pelicans facility so much they banned him on off days. He said, "I hate it, but I use those off days to visualize the game." So what is he like? He says being called out. Players at this level think they're above that. Kevin?
Not him. Hey, David, thanks.
And this is Conley's game. Just terrific with that mid-range. The D has to be much more concerned.
Here's Ingram. Outside, Jones. Off target from outside. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Alexander Walker. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
McCollum against Conley. McCollum kicks to Williamson. That 3 off the mark.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Pass to Edwards. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And it's good for 2. And now just a 1-point Pelican lead. Ingram with it. 13 points in the game. Passes it to McCollum. Valanciunas with a screen on Conley. Pulls up on the elbow. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Now, you can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Now here's Towns. He is a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. For 3, Edwards. And Jones pulls it down. And it's Jones with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. They've held a 12-point lead earlier to the inside. The jump hook, and Ingram the bucket on the assist by McCollum. 15 points for Brandon Ingram.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Alexander Walker passes to Conley, and that one drops for him.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Hawkins checked in for Herbert Jones. Minnesota also making some changes. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for Edwards. And it's Shake Milton in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. .116 left in the third. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's his first foul. New Orleans making some changes here. Zeller comes in for Jonas Valanciunas. And Trey Murphy subbed in for Brandon Ingram. Minnesota also with the sub. Brown, he's checked in for Mike Conley. So here is New Orleans. They lead by 1. Pass to Williamson. 6 to shoot. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Williamson's got his first points in this one.
As you expect, Zion getting forceful and dominant inside.
Out to the wing. Anderson outside. Back to Towns. Over Williamson. And Towns gets it to go.
Well, you got to respect and admire the focus of Towns. I mean, he just doesn't get rattled. He just stays with it, embraces the challenge, and keeps coming.
Here is Hawkins. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. It's Hawkins on the wing. He's covered by Brown. Hawkins passes to Zeller. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Inside. Towns kicks to Reed. Milton in the corner. The kick out to Towns. Buries the long-range jumper. Towns has got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves.
It's such a luxury to have a big man like Towns who shoots so efficiently from outside.
And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Pelicans lead by 1. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Sharing the wing spots, it's Jones and Ingram. Then there's Trey Murphy. Then it's Daniels, and it's Marshall in at the center position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Now, here's Marshall, and that comes off the assist by Jones.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
Here's Milton. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Here's what the Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Wednesday, the San Antonio Spurs come into town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Jones for 3. Doesn't go that time. Timberwolves trail by 3. It's stolen by Jones. To the inside, Marshall. Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Team foul.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for New Orleans.
They've been the better team on the post all game long. Whenever they worked it in low, they've been able to find success.
You know, they've been knocking down triples, too. They've continued to make the most of their opportunities from behind the arc as well.
Michael Conley, he's checked in for Shake Milton. That one misses for Anderson. And here's Marshall will bring it up for New Orleans. They've held a 12-point lead early. Marshall sets a screen for Ingram. A 15-footer. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And, you know, as time goes on, Ingram continues to embrace more responsibility. He wants to be the focal point of this offense.
The pass to Reed. Stolen. Here's the break. Here's Daniels. And he dunks it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
It does a lot for Conley's overall game when he's attacking. He wants to give the D more to worry about than just passing and shooting.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Some changes for New Orleans. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Najee Marshall. Zion Williamson comes in for Trey Murphy. And McCollum subbed in for Daniels. Timberwolves also changing it up. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Kyle Anderson. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Troy Brown. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, guys. Willie Green had some words for his team during the break. He demanded something of his guys. He said, I'm not satisfied yet, are you? You've worked hard, but we need to keep piling it on. Don't give them any hope. Guys?
Thank you, David.
You know, looking at Towns, you really don't expect that kind of range. You better think again, though.
Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And here's Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Ingram. Edwards with it. Now Valanciunas defending. Takes it from 10. And there's Edwards on the assist by Gobert. And now just a 2-point New Orleans lead. Conley against McCollum. Dishes it to Ingram. It's stolen by Gobert. A solo fast break. And here's Edwards from the arc. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Ingram against Edwards. Valanciunas sets a screen for Ingram. Shoots. No good from Valanciunas.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Impressive work protecting the basket. He held his ground nicely on that one.
Here's Alexander Walker. Over Jones. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Here's Jones following the bucket by the Timberwolves.
Outstanding decision-making by Ingram there, working it to the open man. Really good possession.
And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. Edwards against Ingram. Edwards passes to Gobert. Over Valanciunas. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Now here's McCollum. Pass to Ingram. Good! A huge shot to tie it up.
And you know, after playing a year at Duke, Ingram is used to providing big baskets for his team. I mean, a dominating performer who comes up big in an effortless way in these moments.
.35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Edwards. It counts.
Seems like Edwards never stops competing and believing right until the final buzzer.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 27 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Second difference between shot clock and game. McCollum with the bounce pass. It falls. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Ingram not getting overtaken by the height of the moment. Nailing the shot in the face of the defense because his poise and composure is top level.
Minnesota calls timeout. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Ingram. And here's Edwards from the arc. Misses the three.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Mike, they were rolling, but you all responded. How did you do it?
Well, defensively, we just turned it up a notch. You know, those guys were in a comfort zone, but we did a good job of just locking back in defensively, getting back on the offensive end, and making extra passes, making extra plays.
That attention to detail showed in the win, man. Congrats again. Back to you.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, we present the New Balance Player of the Game, Anthony Edwards.